Hello. Welcome to the Crab Apple Dating Service. What can I do for you today? Oh, I see. Well, have you ever been enrolled with us before? No. Well, I'll just need to ask you a few basic questions, just so that we can get you into our system and, well, get you matched with the right individual. Now, you are a member of the Villain Society, am I correct? Oh, good. Well, yes, all of our dating service members must be in either the Villain Society or the Wicked chapter of the Fairy Tale League. And you are interested in being matched with, well, a villainess who is befitting of your unique wickedness, am I correct? Yes. Well, yes, of course I recognize you. Well, yes, you've made your way from quite a distance. A magic carpet. Oh, of course. That would make perfect sense now, wouldn't it? Yes, well, I've heard there is quite a lot of sand there, yes. And how are you finding the enchanted forest? Oh, lovely. Well, let's get started then, shall we? I'll just need to verify your full name, please. Yes. All right. Perfect. And can I have your address? Oh, good. Thank you so much. Now, what is your preferred means of contact? Messenger, postal service. We also have raven delivery. All right. And how did you hear about us? Oh, he's a truly devious man. I'll have to send him a thank you note. All right. And just to make sure that you're paired with the right woman, can I just get a feel for some of your likes and dislikes? Just nothing in particular. Just a vague idea. All right. Oh, yes. I do so love spending some time each week in the Bog of Turmoil. It's a lovely place, isn't it? Such despair and utter hopelessness. Yes. And then trying to... I'm sorry, I missed that last part. Oh, yes, trying to trap your enemies in a sand pit. I would imagine that's quite a unique advantage that villains of our desert lands can enjoy. quicksand as well. Oh, how delightful. Alright, I'll put that down. And anything in particular that, well, you don't care for? Pet peeve of yours, maybe? Oh, yes. Cuddly puppies, kittens, smiles, rainbows, that sort of thing. Oh, I completely understand. Oh, yes, unicorns are a particular pet peeve of mine. Ghastly things. Okay. Good, I have it in the system now. Well, that'll help us narrow down our choices just a bit so that we can get an idea of who will be ideally suited for your personality and character, things of that nature. Alright, so let me just have a quick look in the system here. Alright. Now, how do you feel about tentacles? Yes. About 8 of them, I believe. And eels. She does tend to have an entourage of eels, this particular candidate. Yes. Well, her name is Ursula. Have you heard of her? Oh, she is rather devious. Not the most devious, but she's up there. And, well, she spends most of her summers in the water, however, so that may be a bit of a poor match for you, considering that you... Yes, you're a land dweller, of course. Yes, sand dunes I don't think would do much good for her. Let's see here. Trying to find anything else in her profile that might be to your liking. She can steal voices. That's always a plus. No. Okay. No trouble at all. We'll look through a few different potential matches and see which one is best for you. Yes, of course. Let's see here. Oh, here's another charming woman. How do you feel about snakes? A bit like eels, I suppose, but they are desert animals. Well, this is Medusa. You can't look directly into her eyes, so that might be a bit difficult in romantic moments. But I'm sure you'll figure out some way to work around that. Well, it does say here that she's willing to wear some sort of hat or something on dates, but I don't know. I think it would take a unique individual to put up with that many serpents. Yes. Well, we'll just keep looking. These really aren't the cream of the crop anyway. Don't tell them I said that, though, of course. I wouldn't want to be turned to stone, after all. Let's look here. Oh, here's a nice one. Well, she has green skin, but, says here she apparently has an entourage of flying monkeys who, well, they go with her everywhere, sort of bodyguards, companions, whatnot. I'm sure they'll be perfectly tamed. After all, she probably brings them in social situations all the time. She's quite active in the Wicked Society, the Oz chapter. Yes, it's sort of like the Villain Society, but it's for the Northern Realms, exactly. She has a loathing for all things cute and adorable, and smiling is a particular pet peeve of hers, so it's definitely something the two of you have in common. She can curse and cast spells, another little quirk you two share. She loves the color black, and I see you do as well, judging by your attire. Am I right? Yes, I thought so. Yes, she's definitely a potential, right? Okay, I'll put her on the maybe list. Okay, the next candidate I have for you, let's see here. Do you care for apples? All right, well, I only ask because this particular individual seems to have a fondness for them, cursing them, that is, and poisoning them. It's the evil queen, and, let's see here. Well, yes, it says in her profile that she can't be too far from her mirror, so if you do get matched with her and want to go on a date, she will either need to bring it along or, preferably, for you to venture to her castle. And, yes, if I'm not mistaken, she was matched with a gentleman last month, and I did a follow-up call with him, and he said it was rather delightful. She is a little bit self-centered and bitter, of course, and, well, she is wicked to the core. But she does make a mean pot roast, he said. Yes, I wrote that in the notes, in fact. Yes, she even went to the trouble of baking an apple pie afterward. It did put him to sleep, because she had, yes, cursed it, of course, but, well, I suppose with an individual like her, you can always tell how she's feeling, right? I mean, obviously, she didn't feel the sparks fly with that particular gentleman. All right, well, yes, you're very debonair and handsome. I'm sure that she and you would get along just fine. No sleepy apple pies for you. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I have, yes, at least two more that I think might be a good match for you. Let's see. Speaking of sleep, this next potential match is, she's known for her sleeping curses. Did you hear about the spindle incident of 64? Oh, yes, she was the one behind it. Rather ingenious, wasn't it? Yes, she's a fallen fairy, so you won't have to put up with the wings or anything of that variety. She is quite powerful. She also has a pet. It's a raven, though, so nothing is, yes, nothing as slippery as eels. And, it looks like her castle is quite near to the guest palace that you're staying at. So, yes, location, location, location. Especially when it comes to romance, and long-distance relationships never work. Unless you, of course, have some sort of magical transport system. Then I suppose they could work under certain circumstances. She can be spiteful, though, this villainess. I know that about 6 months ago she was paired with a gentleman who, well, he offended her in some way. I think it was mentioning the color of her eyeshadow. She found it very hurtful, and, well, she turned him into a toad. Oh, I'm sure it was all in good fun. It wore off after a day or two, and he was back to his normal self. But, yes. I had to note it here in the system. It was a rather unusual occurrence, especially on the first date. Usually we don't have curses going about until at least the 5th date. Oh well. Alright, let's have another look here. Oh, now this is a rather rare candidate I have for you here. How do you feel about royalty? Oh, I thought you might. Yes, well, she has a rather short stature, but her personality is larger than life, as is her temper. Yes, well, she is the Queen of Hearts, and I know hearts are associated with, well, the cheerier side of things, but I can assure you, she is not at all cheery. In fact, she wears a constant frown. I'm sure we can turn that frown upside down, though, if she were to find, well, a match. Love can do that to a person, even someone as wicked as she. After all, villainesses need love too, right? Yes, if you did end up finding, well, a connection with her, I'm sure one day you'd become king. Yes, Wonderland is a rather odd place, I agree with you. I don't know if I could stay for more than a week there myself. Everything seems a bit topsy-turvy and upside down, but who knows? Love makes you turn a blind eye, doesn't it? All right, let's see, another. Ooh. Well, this particular woman is new to our database. She just signed up last week, but she's a lover of fur. Yes, particularly spotted fur. Her hairstyle is quite fetching, though. Yes, quite a contrast, right? And, well, you don't have any dogs in your home, do you? All right. Well, yes, that's for the better. I don't know if she's the right match, though. Mrs. DeVille. I haven't met her yet, since she is rather new to our service, so I believe a colleague of mine did the entrance interview, and she said that she got a rather, well, lasting impression from Mrs. DeVille. Or Miss DeVille, I should say. Her husband is recently deceased, under mysterious circumstances. But I'm sure you could hold your own, right? Yes. Must be difficult to get anything past you. Alright, let's move on then. Another selection that might be to your liking. Oh, she's a motherly type. In fact, her name is Mother Gothel. And, envy is definitely one of her traits. Well, it looks like she's inadvertently trapped a few of her former partners into a tower of some sort. Oh, tried to keep them there. Luckily, they used their magical powers to escape, but that is quite alarming. I suppose it just proves that she, well, becomes devoted to her partners, yes. Wants them all to herself. You aren't afraid of heights, though, right? Oh, good. We'll put her in the maybe pile. And then I have one more for you. Her name is Lady Tremaine, and, well, you probably know her better as the evil stepmother. Has a certain ring to it, doesn't it? How do you feel about children? Oh, yes, she has 2 grown daughters. It appears that both of them have been married off, though, to 2 poor, unfortunate souls. But, the stepmother, she's quite a character. I've had the privilege of meeting her on several different occasions, and, well, she's one of a kind. Very demanding. She knows exactly what she wants out of life, and I sort of admire that. But, I can tell that you're a strong man yourself, so you'd be able to, yes, put her stubbornness to the test, wouldn't you? Yes, well, she has a connection to the royal family, but not a favorable one. So you wouldn't have any ins there. But, I think that's it for our database. Do any of the potential matches I mentioned seem, well, something that you might be interested in? Oh, I see. Well, then why don't we go ahead and arrange a blind date? Now, what day works best for you? All right. I'll put that in the system. Now, usually how this works is I will go ahead and send a message to the lady you'd like to get to know, and we'll see if she is interested. And if she is, we will contact you, and we'll act as sort of mediators and arrange a meeting between the 2 of you. Now, would you like a chaperone, or would you... All right. Well, with her, it might be wise to have a chaperone. You never quite know what mood she'll be in, so... All right. I'll put it in the system. It's no trouble at all. And, you'll be getting a membership card to our dating service in the mail in about 2 to 4 weeks. And it'll have your reference number on it and membership ID, and whenever you contact us, you can just give us that and we'll be able to pull you up in the system. It's all about convenience. So, I'll be in touch with you very soon then. We'll reach out to her, as I said, and see if she would be willing to meet with you, and then we'll go from there. How does that sound? Terrific. Well, all right then. Good luck, and yes, I'll speak with you very soon.